I think that it's important for Nostr to have a community, and that actual meeting in real life can build community better than simply doing it through the Nostr itself.
I think it's really important that a festival like Bitfest happens every year. This is the first year. It's a low-key, in a good way, event. There's no large influencers, there's no large sponsors. It's a lot of passionate plebs, if you will, who've come together and showing what they built, talking to each other, exchanging ideas. This type of physical outpost where Bitcoiners and Nostrshires get to meet each other is, I think, really important.
Bitcoin is a worldwide phenomenon, so it's not country specific, but I think because of England being where the world of English comes from, of course, Bitcoin influence coming from England it's a massive signal to the world, just like the signal America's giving that it's accepting Bitcoin is a massive signal, right? Now, there are much more complicated things to look into, but the fact that Bitfest is existing in England is a massive signal of adoption potential.
I mean, Bitcoin and Nostr meetup is my first Nostr-related meetup, but Bitcoin meetups and Bitcoin events, conferences, they're kind of right at the heart, because you need to have that kind of human communication and help nurture and build the network of people, because at the end of the day, money is the thing that coordinates people's actions, and it's a ground-up movement, and we need to, if we're going to replace state money and replace it globally with a non-geographic based money, that's going to take a lot of the power away from governments, and we need to rebuild things that they've crept into, areas of society they've crept into and in fact taken away from the traditional providers, that community groups, families, charitable groups, voluntary groups, faith groups, who've supplied those kinds of structure and resilience in society, and we need to rebuild that. And the conferences, okay, they're a pleasure for us Bitcoiners or Nostrshires, but they're also a more important form of rebuilding those structures in society that we say desperately need.
I think it's important to share information to the masses. I mean, personally, I'm an engineering-oriented person, and I have a different vetted interest into the subject, but what the guys are doing here is great, just to bring awareness of what exists to the masses.
Yes, Bitfest is needed because it's useful to find your tribe or your flock. It's useful to find like-minded folks that recognize where some things in the world may not be absolutely perfect, and it's good to be around like-minded folks that understand what's wrong with the world and that are building to fix it, coming together, building community around people that are looking to solve the world's problems.
Like today we had quite a lot of the talks explaining the financial advantages, i.e. interest rate and how much we can actually print money. So for me it's a big plus, and again just awareness and just break the middleman really, so it's peer-to-peer more than actual going through a third party that's taking a cut and then going to a consumer or a business.
The fact that Bitfest has included a whole day of talks on Nostr, so the day was called Nostrshire, that actually for me personally is one of the best parts of Bitfest, because we need more Bitcoiners, and then after that we just need more normies understanding the importance of Nostr, because we all know that Bitcoin is freedom money. Well, Nostr is all about our freedom to communicate freely, and that is just as important as having freedom money.
Well, I think it's probably a very good conference to have in England because it's a real grassroots collection of people. I'm from England originally, and I know a lot of people at this event, so it's a nice one to come to. I don't live in England anymore, but I think I'll be coming back again for this one next year. Having the addition of Nostrshire, the first ever Nostr conference in the UK, was a really good part of the process as well. Gave me and a lot of other people a great chance to talk about what we're doing on Nostr and how it has a huge potential for the future of independent media funded through Bitcoin.
About 5 years ago, personally, I'd never heard of Bitcoin, and it takes events like this to grow the awareness of it over time. And coming to events like this, people become educated on what Bitcoin is and how it can help with the future of our society. So here in Manchester today, I think we had like 20 attendees about 5 years ago, and today we've got over 200, so it's growing organically and by word of mouth. Lots of people are helping out. It's a grassroots event, and many of the attendees today have got time and skills to make such an amazing event and bring unique perspectives on Bitcoin today.
I think especially in the UK, events like Bitfest, somebody with 2 young kids and a wife that are just getting into Bitcoin, having something like this, it's sort of it's very ground level, it's very accessible for them. There's a kids zone for them to play at, and at the same time we've got some big names coming and speaking too. We've got Dominic Frisby, Daniel Prince, Ben DeVar. We've got some excellent names, as well as all the great stuff for the kids to see. We've got the artwork and everything else. Incredibly important.
Yeah, I think Bitfest turned out to be a really nice event. It has a very strong notion of the earlier days, like some 5, 6, 7 years ago, where everyone mingles. There's a lot of like hardware workshop stuff going on, but also like technical talks, and it's just a very nice kind of like family-y get together.
Thing that I found really amazing about Bitfest is that it's the first conference I've come to as with representing Ordinals, where I have felt like I'm not in the echo chamber. I have had to be defending what I'm doing, which is kind of cool. And I think more bridges like this for me anyway is a really good thing. I'd love to be able to have the chance to talk with more people who doubt the legitimacy of Ordinals and some good stuff that's going on. So bring Bitfest back again, please.
So Bitfest is a fantastic event. It brings lots of people who are keen on Bitcoin for all their different reasons. Everyone, computer coders, artists, writers, podcasters, there's people from so many different walks of life, and we all sit down and we share our experiences and we talk, and it's a good way to build friendships, build business relationships, make contacts, increase your networks. But it's also a place to just think and have ideas and develop your own philosophies, learn from others. And, there aren't that many conferences in the UK, and so the ones that do exist, we need to support them. But it's not just a question of supporting them, because we can actually benefit from them as well. So in that regard, I take my hats off to Nathan and Nind, the organisers. You've done a fantastic job, fellas.